Hello and welcome to Mr. Mulher Music, and welcome to my series on classical legends. We're going to start with Johann Sebastian Bach, and we're going to look at Baroque instruments, and we're going to look at some facts about Johann Sebastian Bach before you listen to a piece and complete a listening task. So let's have a look. Johann Sebastian Bach was composing during the Baroque era, so that was between 1600 and 1750, and we'll look at a bit more about when Bach was composing in a little bit. But let's start with the Baroque Orchestra. Let's see what he had to work with. Now, during the Baroque era, the orchestra began to take its shape. The orchestra was split into 5 sections: strings, woodwind, brass, timpani and continuo. Here is a picture of the layout of where all of the different parts of the orchestra sat. So you can see right at the front is the harpsichord, that's the continuo part. Right at the back in the middle you can see the timpani. Brass section, well, there was trumpets, natural trumpets. Valves hadn't been invented for these instruments yet. Then woodwind section, you've got some wooden flutes and bassoons. And finally the string section, very similar to where it is today, with the violins split into first and second violins, first and second violins, violas, cellos and double basses. On the worksheet that you can download from the description box below is a linking activity for you to link the names of the instruments with what they look like. You can either do that now, having a look at this, or have a go at doing it without looking at this, more of a challenge. So let's start with my Hall of Fame. These are the composers, and you've got this box to complete on the sheet from down below. You can either do that now or you can come back to this later. So our composer is Johann Sebastian Bach. We know that he was composing during the Baroque era. He's from Eisenach in Germany, and he was born on the 21st of March 1685, and he died on the 28th of July 1750. Now, he composed loads and loads of pieces of music, but we're going to have a look today at the Toccata and Fugue in D minor, which was composed around 1704. So let's have a look at a few more interesting facts about Bach, things you might not have known. He was a proper musician. He played organ, harpsichord and clavichord. And he had loads of different jobs during his time as a composer. And because of one of his jobs, he ended up in prison. So he worked as a musician working for a family composing music for them, and he decided that actually he was going to leave and go and work for different people to compose music, and his employer wasn't very happy about that, so had him put in prison. He was there for 4 weeks and then released. So not a great time for him, but he went on to compose loads of great music afterwards. And Bach had a really musical family. His families consisted of teachers, music teachers, court musicians and church organists. And in Bach's musical life, he did all of these different things. So your tasks for today. First task, you're going to listen to Bach's Toccata and Fugue in D minor. Listen to the whole piece, it is fantastic. Then you're going to complete the listening task. There's different sections of this. One is a musical journey. You're just going to listen to the beginning of the piece for this. And you are going to listen to the pitch of the notes. Every time the note goes up, your line's going to go up. Every time the pitch comes down, your line's going to come down. And this will then make a nice story. And you'll be able to see how the piece of music goes up and down. And for the beginning of this piece, it's really interesting. So, everything you need is in the box below, or I've already said it in this video, so go back and find the bits of information you need, and good luck! and enjoy Bach's Toccata and Fugue in D minor.